Welcome to the graduation ceremonies of West Kentucky Community and Technical College. Please remain standing. Remain standing as Prime Rib leads us in the national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your mortar boards. Ladies may do so if you wish.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Welcome to this very special occasion for students, faculty, family, and friends. I would like to now recognize those honored guests who are present this evening. As I introduce the platform guests, kindly hold your applause until all have been introduced. The West Kentucky Community and Technical College Board of Directors, Mr. Bruce Brockenborough, Chair. Mr. Robert Emerson, also a member of the District Board. Mr. Paul Ross, Staff Representative. Ms. Sherry Golson, Faculty Representative. Ms. Elisa Moorhead, Student Representative. Other platform guests, Ms. Elaine Spalding, President of the Paducah Area Chamber of Commerce. Sherry Anderson, Chief Learning Officer. Dr. Tina Payne, Dean of Academic Affairs, Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Nancy McMurtry, Dean of Student Affairs. Teresa Mayo, Interim Dean of Student Affairs. John Carrico, Dean of Administrative Services. Dr. Steve Freeman, Dean of Research and Grants. Dr. Charlene Connolly. Charlene is a very special guest with us, Executive Vice President of the International University of Nursing. Tony Nichols, student and one of our honored speakers, and Angela Hatton, also student and one of our guest speakers. I would also like to recognize special guests in the audience. These are very special individuals to the college. They are members of our Paducah Junior College Board Foundation. And I would like to introduce Mr. Ken Wheeler, Chair. Dr. Wally Montgomery, also a member of the Paducah Junior College Foundation, and welcome also Jerry Montgomery. And Ms. Lorraine Schrampke, also a member of the PJC Foundation. The college has once again received remarkable success over this past year. We thank you for your many contributions in making tonight and all of our goals become a reality. Thank you, and please enjoy this evening.
Good evening. Our first speaker tonight is Angela Hatton. Angela is graduating with an Associate in Arts degree and is one of West Kentucky Community and Technical College's nominees for the KCTCS All-Academic Team. She has been involved with several theater productions and is an active member of many of the student organizations, including the Spanish Club and Phi Theta Kappa. Angela plans to continue her education at Murray State University with an emphasis in creative writing and literature. Angela?
Thank you. My fellow graduates, why are you here? Not why are you in this building. We all know you're here for the free food at the reception. But why are you graduating? How have you made it this far? When I was asked to write this speech, my instructions were to craft something that encouraged you to go forth and change the world. And I thought, okay, no problem. Something inspirational that will speak to hundreds of people on an individual level. I can do that. Throw in a quote or two from Benjamin Franklin, play a rendition of Destiny Child's Survivor. Piece of cake, right? Not really. Because you see, the truth is, we can't all change the world in that big, earth-shattering Bill Gates, Gandhi, Alexander the Great kind of way. I doubt that's what you were expecting to hear tonight. But think about this. Is changing the world as important as changing one life? Remember a minute ago when I asked you how you've gotten this far? I don't think any one of us in this room can say that he is the same person he was before beginning school at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. And what has changed us? Hasn't it been our interaction with the people around us? We have all been changed in some form or fashion by our families, our teachers, and our friends. I, for one, am grateful for my parents who nurtured me and encouraged me to succeed. I am grateful to my professors, especially those who saw my potential, sometimes when I didn't, and who guided me to the cusp of graduation. I appreciate my friends who let me have a chance to relax and have fun when I couldn't take the homework anymore. Finally, I owe so many thank yous to my best friend and my editor, my husband, who is never, ever surprised when I get good grades and who calms me down when I get stressed out and think I just can't do it anymore. I am surely not the only one who is here through the support of many. Take time, if you haven't already, to personally thank those people who have encouraged you, driven you, urged you to this point of achievement. You may still need them as you enter the workforce or continue to higher levels of education. Whatever your life's path, though, remember the impact these people have had on your life and strive to be like them. You may not go down in the history books, but you can, and you do, have an impact on every person in your life. You have a choice to be a negative force or a positive force on those around you. Don't waste that opportunity. You yourselves sit here today as the result of positive forces, of someone's hope. Be that positive force, and you may be able, no, you will be able to make a difference in the lives of those that you meet. And my friends, let me tell you a secret. That is what it really means to change the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Our next speaker is Tony Nichols. Tony is graduating with an Associate in Applied Science degree in radiography. He is also West Kentucky Community and Technical College's nominee for the KCTCS All-Academic Team. Tony is a single parent of his 12-year-old son, and Tony works at the Caldwell County Hospital, where he plans to continue working. While pursuing his studies, Tony remained involved in student organizations and served on college committees. He plans to continue his education in advanced areas of medical imaging. Tony.
Thank you. Good evening, and welcome to West Kentucky Community and Technical College graduation ceremony for 2007. I would like to thank each of you for your attendance here at this exciting and joyous event. As we celebrate our achievements here tonight, let us not forget the losses at Virginia Tech, the tragedies of the people who suffered in Kansas from the recent tornadoes, or the sacrifices of the men and women in uniform who protect our freedoms that allow us to enjoy events such as this here tonight. My story is the same as many of yours, a story of sacrifice, determination to achieve a degree or a dream in life. My entrance to college began in 1999. I was employed by Estron Chemicals since 1996, and my supervisor suggested that to advance in the company, I should take some college classes. In 1999, I began to take those basic courses. I assumed that along with English 101, I would go ahead and take college algebra. However, after being out of school some time, my test score indicated that I would start out in Math 070. I studied hard and eventually made my way through the same courses and college algebra. At this point, I began to think to myself, I should strive to obtain a degree instead of just obtaining some courses. In the year 2000, my employer, Estron Chemicals, agreed to pay for some of my education and move me into the lab. My new supervisor suggested to me that I take my chemistry classes and prepare for the transition from West Kentucky to Murray State. Even though school was going well, I began to ask myself questions like, is this really what I want to do for the rest of my life? What will the job outlook be when I get out of school? I felt like I needed to choose another career, but I had no idea what that career should be. While taking a history class, I sat next to a nursing student who suggested I look into the healthcare field. After researching the profession, I discovered a field called radiography. After talking with a friend who specialized in this field, I decided that this would be a good choice for me. I realized that if I was going to attend school 2 to 3 days during the week, during the days, and clinicals on the other days, that I would have to leave the chemical company. I decided to take a big chance here. I cashed in my 401k to be able to pay off the necessary bills in order to be in an allied health program. I left a very good job and risked my life savings to pursue a dream. In March 2004, I received a letter from the school saying that I did not get into the radiography program. I have to say this was a very trying time in my life. It was a very long year to reapply. In March 2005, after reapplying, I received my acceptance letter into the radiography program. This is where my sacrifice and commitment to school really became the norm in my daily routine. When school began in fall of 2005, I realized another person that was going to have to sacrifice. That person was my son, Dimitri. I would go to school and clinicals all week and would have to study on the weekend. This left little time for us to enjoy the things like going to movies, swimming, or anything else that families enjoy doing together. If anyone has seen the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, there is a scene where the child asks, "Dad, are you prepared for your test in the morning?" And I can't recall how many times over these last years my son has asked me that same question. My entire family has helped me through this journey of mine, and I would like to thank each of them for their support. I would especially like to thank my son for his sacrifices while attending school. Also, a special thanks and gratitude to my wonderful teachers and faculty at the college. As I had said earlier, my story is the same as many of yours, a story of sacrifice to achieve a dream. West Kentucky Community and Technical College has given us the tools to achieve these dreams. And we as graduates should not only have the determination, but a feeling of obligation to do good deeds and be positive contributors to our communities. I thank you.
When we look up at the night sky, we tend to describe the moon in terms of what we can see. The moon is full, the moon is half, the moon is waxing, the moon is waning. The whole moon is always there, but we only see what's illuminated. We only think about what's illuminated. We need civic leaders who always see the whole moon. We need leaders who look at issues and problems from many perspectives rather than through a narrow aperture. Elaine Spaulding is such a leader. As president of the Paducah Area Chamber of Commerce, Elaine is at the forefront of every issue and every discussion that's important to our city. On our campus, whether we're contemplating a new building, a new program, or a change of focus, Elaine joins us in our quest to make our beloved college a superior venue for learning. Elaine came to Paducah in 2000, having served in the Chambers of Commerce of Beaverton, Oregon, San Antonio, Texas, and Louisville. Elaine was honored in 2005 by the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce as the Chamber Executive of the Year. Please join me in welcoming a true friend of our college and a great friend of mine, Elaine Spaulding.
Thank you, Bruce. How come you don't have to have the silly hat on? That was a great introduction. I appreciate that. I am very, very happy to be with you this evening. It's truly my honor to be with you here for the 2007 commencement address for West Kentucky Community and Technical College. I'd like to thank Dr. Veazey for extending the invitation to me. She is a wonderful community leader. We had the good fortune of having her serve as our chair of the board for the Paducah Chamber last year, and she did a fantastic job. We are very, very fortunate to have Dr. Veazey as president of West Kentucky Community and Technical College. Let's give her a big round of applause. And to the PJC and the West Kentucky Community and Technical College Board, the WKCTC staff, the faculty, you are a vital part of this community, not only for what you do for the college, but for all the other organizations with which you are involved, and we thank you for that. But most of all, congratulations to the graduates here this evening. You have shown that you can do it. I know many of you have made tremendous sacrifices to obtain your degree, and you are to be commended. And to your family and friends that are here with you this evening, we sincerely appreciate your support of the graduates. I've been back in Kentucky now a little over 7 years, as Bruce said, and I'm so glad to be back home. I went to Texas, and then I came back to Kentucky. I went to Oregon, and then I came back to Kentucky. My father always said I had wanderlust as a child, and that's true. But he said, Elaine, you can travel all over this big, beautiful world, but you'll always come back to the rolling hills of Kentucky. And he was right. Paducah is a great community, and I am honored to serve as president of the Paducah Area Chamber of Commerce. I love my job. In Chamber of Commerce work, you get to work with the best and brightest in business leaders like Bruce Brockenborough, community and education leaders like Dr. Veazey and the other faculty and staff that are here. And you get to work with wonderful elected officials. And we are very fortunate in this community to have a good cooperative relationship with all of those folks. Chambers of Commerce are a business advocacy organization. We're not a part of city government or county government. We don't receive any tax dollars. We're totally supported by the business community. And we provide networking programs, leadership, community development, business education partnerships. And we do work with those other community partners, the city, the county, GPEDC, which is the Economic Development Organization, to help build a healthy business climate for all of us so that there are jobs for you when you graduate from West Kentucky Community and Technical College. Now, I know many of you will probably go on to get your bachelor's degree, and that's great. But eventually, you're going to be out there looking for a job too, or maybe starting your own business, which we certainly would like to see. We hope you decide to do that in the Paducah area. Paducah has been receiving a great deal of positive news coverage in the last couple of years. With the downtown and lower town redevelopment, the successful retail sector, and the thriving regional business community, we have a great deal to offer. So for all the graduates here this evening, I'd like to offer you my 6 steps to success. Number 1, network with your peers. Whoever that is for your industry or your profession, join your professional development association. Read the journals, check out the websites. Make sure that you stay up to date with the latest trends in your industry. Get continuing education. You may have seen the news today about WKCTC and Harper Industries working together on a workforce training program. Those are the wonderful things that this community college provides for our community. So continue your own education. Number 2, ask for feedback from your boss or your customers. Listen to their advice and take the advice when they tell you what those priorities should be. If it's appropriate, go to see your boss or your customers in their office, visit with other thought leaders in the community, and show enthusiasm for your job. Number 3, be creative. If you are coming in new to a position, make sure those first couple of ideas are real winners, but research those creative ideas, look at other similar situations, take all that advice, fill a gap, meet a need, and implement those effectively. You would not believe the number of ideas that I've stolen, well, we call that creative theft in the Chamber of Business, but from other chambers of commerce. Think of a new business idea that would prosper here in Paducah. Paducah is very supportive of entrepreneurial development, and I'm convinced that out here in the audience there's a next Dippin' Dots or CSI or successful river industry company, and we would welcome that here in the community. Number 4, volunteer. Volunteer in your community. Maybe just pick 3 areas, don't get overwhelmed, but your church or a social service organization or a civic club. And many of you may have children that you're involved in their youth activities, and that's great. Volunteering makes us all better people. It helps the community tremendously, and it will make all of us a better employee. We could not accomplish everything that we're doing in this community without volunteers, and business leaders are looking for people who shine. Number 5, have great communication skills, both written and verbal. Please have good grammar. My mother was an English teacher, and every time we would come out with a Kentucky slang, she would give us that look. You mothers out there know that look. So in honor of Mother's Day coming up, I implore you, please have good grammar in honor of Mother's Day. But other communication skills, public speaking, offer to do even small group presentations. Watch your emails for grammar mistakes, your documents, have somebody else proof those. Media relations, if you've not been trained, to get training in that as well. You never know when Channel 6 might show up to ask you a question. Learning how to speak in front of groups and dealing with the media is critical in today's world. And number 6 is probably the most important. Have integrity. Tell the truth. Don't surprise your boss. If something bad has happened, be the first one to let them know. If you get it wrong, let someone know and work to correct it. And if you've got good news, celebrate that and share that with everyone in your workplace and at home. So in summary, network with your peers, ask for feedback, be creative, volunteer in your community, have great communication skills, and have integrity. In conclusion, I would encourage you in your career or your volunteer work to get involved in whatever you feel best suits you. One of my favorite quotes is from Marie Curie, and I quote, "You cannot hope to build a better world without improving the individuals. To that end, each of us must work for his or her own improvement and at the same time share a general responsibility for all humanity. Our particular duty being to aid those to whom we think we can be the most useful." End quote. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elaine, for your insightful and inspirational words for our graduates. And we also thank you and the Paducah Area Chamber of Commerce for your continued support and partnership in education. Now, will the candidates please rise? Dr. Veazey, I present the candidates for graduation, and I certify on behalf of the faculty that they have successfully completed all of the requirements for their respective degrees. The first row of graduates may proceed to the stage, and all others may be seated. Family, friends, and honored guests, as the names of the graduates are read, those graduating with honors are noted in the program. Those wearing gold honor cords are members of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. For those wishing to take photographs, there is a special area over here to the left of the stage. The following graduates will be receiving an Associate in Arts degree. Angela R. Hatton. Chastity Lee Perry. Michael Jean Woolliman. Kelsey Curd Ladd. Turkessa Chiffon Winston. Amy H. Travelstead. Jennifer McCowan. Eve St. L. Alexandria Wiggins. Keisha L. Moore. Christina Danielle Anselm. Lindsay A. Wall. Amy Louise Wade. Darla Ann Smith. Kathy Renee Stone. Jerry Dale Crittenden. Mark L. Overstreet. Ovidio Nevarez III. Autumn M. Seeger. Megan D. Barrett. Spencer E. Samuels. Mary Ellen Quatermas. Amy L. Owens. Alicia J. Backus. Abby Elizabeth McKee. Misty L. Coinas. Kimberly Dawn Hayes. Julia A. Arman. Donna Jean Bunch. Holly Nicole Duche. The following graduates will be receiving an Associate in Science: Vanessa Suzanne Roberts, Shayla D. Hammonds, Michelle Lynn Boyd, Nicole P. Barnett, Dava M. D. Bose, Holly Denise Gilbert, Brittany L. Brodus, Kayla Marie Howell, Jessica Lynn Clark, joining us in the conferring of degrees to our transfer students from the International University of Nursing is their Executive Vice President, Dr. Charlene Conley. The following graduates will be receiving an Associate in Applied Science degree: Anatasha Kadreen Campbell, Jenny Ray DeVerna, Nicole Marie Florio, Vanessa Lynn Walls, Bruce Albert Nedrow, Craig Daniel Berge, Larry Sanders, Virginia Marie Armbruster, Jennifer Rose DeBoard, Denny K. Foy, Kent Anthony Foy, Jason A. Spivey, Michael David Bostick. James D. Bird. Valerie L. Alexander. Willie Earl Bransford. Jerron M. Anderson. Brandon Scott Birmingham. Brandon Ryan Shoemaker. Steve Dobson. Stephen Louise Mino. Donald Clay Holland. Veronica Irene Wilson. Joseph Donald Wilson. Mark Wayne McCallum. Chadrick D. Baker. James Anthony Edging. George Christopher Andy Redd. Tina Marie Matheny. Lori Ann Mitchell. Rachel Renee Bickerstaff. Amber Nicole Green. Chastity Nicole Smith. Dorothy Jean Hayes. Terry M. Drugga. Kadika Haynes. Stephanie Dawn Webb. Penny Cassandra Ballard. Christia L. Reynolds. Shelby M. Durham II. Carla R. Lawrence. David L. Spears. Jennifer Ann Swanson. Joshua Kyle Burris. Ashley B. Crockett. Carla Sue Taylor. Kimberly Dawn Biasy. Elizabeth B. Webb. Jason Boyd Grizzard. Austin G. Raspberry. John Shane Keeling. Suzanne Ann Scott. Angela Krotzer. Jonathan Lowell Burnham. Aaron K. Timmons. Justin Cody Herron. Jason Edward Keeling. Justin Ray Aldrich. Kathy Brewer. Rita G. Paris. Tammy Jo Newcomb. Michelle Klein. Catherine Blake Griggs. Misty Suzanne Webb. Tracy Renee Paetzel. Brittany Elise Powers. Tamara Compton. Tony Clifton Nichols. Karen J. Day. Randy Paul Kobler. Whitney Autumn O'Neill. Jarena K. Gardner. Shanna R. Spann. Crystal M. Wall. Catherine Ann Blair. Lori Jane Wint. Sharon K. Peck. Thomas Blake Forrester. Dan Lee Speed. Dee Ann Hotby. Caleb Jewel McManus. John Robert Bell. Michael Ann Goff. Michael Stephen Kromika. Tennille Marie Besaw. Jill M. Fortune. Lori Ann Box. Amber Nicole Green. Stephanie Jo Dowdy. Linda Faye Canup. Gary W. Blakely. Carla Yvonne Parrott. Tara Crumble. Sherry Lynn Stockwell. Juliana May Crawford. Amanda R. Elligood. Joe B. Wall. Linda Lucille McGill. Stephen Craig Sullivan. Lori Ann Wallace. Shelley R. Brooking. Sharika Nicole Bell. Ashley Catherine Jenks. Shanna Ellis Durbin. Lori S. Owen. Charisse Dickerson Stubblefield. Savannah K. Travis. Heather Caraway. Sonia Elizabeth Bell. Alicia Marie Washam. Stephanie N. Willis. Jennifer M. Sisk. Jessica Lynn Chapman. Annie R. Owen. Paul Lynn West. Valerie Clark. Tara M. Woods. Michelle Starnes. Jessica Michelle Ingram. Jeremy Brent Shelbourne. Sean Michael Fasalo. Larry Dale Cumby. Timothy Allen Weatherby. Melissa Louise Wesley. These students are receiving a diploma in practical nursing. Rebecca Childress. Brittany Nicole Halsell. Cynthia Lynn Hahn. Amanda K. Wagater. Ashley Ann Hargrove. Keisha Ann Cook. Donna Kim Carmen. Matthew Tyler Smith. Brian John Flickinger. These students are receiving an Associate in Applied Science. Laura Jane Steele. Catherine Alicia Neal. Phyllis A. McClure. Catherine Belcher. Tiffany Nicole Richardson. Erin Leora Grau. Patricia E. Murphy. Courtney Bailey. Charlotte K. English. Tanya Renee Doster. Tricia Joe Clinton. Glenda Elaine Mitchison. Cindy S. Doken. The following students are receiving diplomas. Bethany Page Gibson. Melody Forrest McKnight. Ashley Nicole Howell. Beverly R. Reeves. Brittany M. Morris. Thomas Gregory Murphy. Janice L. Maiden. Michael James Garantano. Harston Bromley Cross. Tammy R. Thompson. Jody A. Overby. Anatasha Saxton. Tanya Renee Sellinger. Julie A. Dorch. Terry Lamont Childress. Derek Earl Lancaster. Brittany Nicole Upchurch. Marisha J. Kinnear. Tresca Gale Womble. Laura N. Lee. Angela Rose Gaddis. Catherine Compton. Charletha L. Davis. Heather Riley. Chantel Dobson. Tanya E. Powers. Carol L. Hank. Carmen Andrea Hall. Regina Gail Lloyd. Erica Dawn Thurston. Douglas Preston Thacker. Anthony David Gray. Joseph Adam Anderson. The following students will be receiving certificates. Tina M. Roberts. Leanna M. Wallace. Samantha N. Davis. Andrea J. Heston. Gabriella Elizabeth Hurtado. Vera Edna Melton. Michelle Marie Hamblin. Lana Gay Robertson. Latoya Y. White. Matthew David Jackson. Jessica A. Craycraft. Haley Ann Clark. Linda Pearl Darnell. Cindy Wynn. Heather K. Lindsay. Ashley Shea Swatzel. Amanda Fawn Crenshaw. Shelley L. Prawl. Kimberly A. Traylor. Sarah Wilkerson Mitchell. Heather M. Harp. Latasha Ann Woods. Jennifer D. Blair. Amy E. Gilbert. Brittany N. Windsor. April Lynn Richard. Kimberly J. Woodford. Tanya Michelle White. Latavia Nicole Starks. Kayla Ray. Ashley McDaniel. Mindy Walker. Ashton Fronebarger. Rosalind Conley. Syria Casey. Kelsey Sanford. Candace Kendall. Kateria Berry. Regina Edging. Brenda L. Davis. Charles Raymond Davis. Calvin Couch. Malcolm G. Waller. Kevin Mark Entrup. Nicholas Geraldo Rise. Will the graduates please rise? Madam President, I present the graduating class of 2007. You may sit down.
No. Wait. By virtue of the power vested in me by the Kentucky Community and Technical College System and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I hereby pronounce you graduates of West Kentucky Community and Technical College. You may now move your tassel to the left side. You may be congratulated. Woo! You may now be seated. Thank you, Angela and Tony, for sharing your stories with us tonight. And thank you, Elaine, for your words of wisdom and for the work that you do to improve the quality of life and economic development in Western Kentucky. Once again, we thank you. I failed to mention two other seated honorees on stage, and that is Mr. B.A. Hamilton. Mr. Hamilton is both a member of the West Kentucky Community and Technical College Board of Directors and the PJC Foundation. So, glad to recognize you. And Mr. John Carrico, and John is the Dean of Administrative Services at the college. So, let me recognize you both. To me, West Kentucky Community and Technical College really does represent what we see in Western Kentucky, and the face of America. You each have a story, and that may be very similar to that of Angela and Tony tonight. We hope that you came to our college and saw it as a place of encouragement, a place that explored new ideas, taught you new skills, and a place that you could develop your dream. We are very pleased that you chose West Kentucky and that you saw it as a place to either begin your education or as a place to choose your career path. Your degree tonight means that you have received a personal mark of excellence, and it means achievement too for your family and friends who are here with you tonight. And I personally want to congratulate you for what you have done in support of all these graduates tonight. So give yourself a hand. I now want to recognize the faculty. I believe that they have played a large part in your success tonight because they possess skills, vision, and leadership that has made the college the great institution that it is. I thank them for the countless hours that they spend each day, and also night. And, yes, they're shaking their heads, yes. Yes. And I know that you were a great source of pride for them as you walked across this stage tonight. I would also tonight, in addition to our faculty, recognizing them, but recognizing some very special individuals, I would like to ask Dr. Sam and Drs. Ron and Nancy McMurtry to please stand. These individuals are retiring after devoting their entire professional careers to the students of our college. So I want to say to each of you a very special thank you, and to say to you a job well done. So as you're retiring, I wish you happiness on behalf of all of us. And I ask that everyone please join me now in thanking this wonderful faculty and those special faculty retiring. Graduates, we wish you great success, and very simply, we are proud of you. We hope that you carry the feelings and the aspirations and the words of encouragement that have been given to you tonight, and that you go out into this world and make it a better place. Once again, we're proud of you. We hope that you will return to West Kentucky. Remember us as you go forth, and think of us very kindly as the place that gave you your start. So at this time, please stand as Prime Rib leads us in singing My Old Kentucky Home. Please remain standing as the recessional leaves the auditorium, and we invite you to please join us in the lobby for a reception honoring our graduates.
The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the children are gay. The corn tops ripe and the meadows in the bloom, while the birds make music all the day. The young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by hard times comes a knocking at the door, and my old Kentucky home, good night. Weep no more, my lady, oh, weep no more today. We will sing